All right, this morning storms knocking out power to many local communities, of course. At one point, more than 100,000 outages reported statewide. Joining us on the phone right now, David Graves from National Grid. David, we spoke about 6 hours ago as the number continued to grow as far as power outages go, and I think it got up to about 116,000 or so. Where are we at right now?
Well, Patrick, we peaked at about 121,000. We've been able to restore approximately 15,000 of those customers so far. Right now we have 130 line crews working in the state. We have 60 tree crews that are out. And obviously we've got to get through all of the vegetation of those downed trees and limbs before we can get to the power lines. So it's going to be a daunting task to get the power restored. But we're also working on our transmission lines. We had some significant damage done to the transmission lines, and that provides bulk power to the distribution system. So once we can get those restored, I think we'll start to see some significant increases in the number of customers who get their power restored throughout the afternoon. But for some customers, it could be tomorrow before they have their power back on.
Yeah, we spoke this morning about patience and about how, in the winter there's a blizzard, you folks prepare by bringing in extra crews to be ready to tackle the massive amount of power outages. If there's a hurricane, it's the same sort of situation. Obviously, you didn't have extra crews on standby today. What are you hearing from the crews that are out there? Because meteorologist Michelle Muscatello said this damage rivals that of really of a hurricane.
It does indeed. In fact, the National Weather Service pointed out this morning that the number of outages in Rhode Island from this storm exceeded the outages from Hurricane Sandy. At the peak, it said during Sandy we had about 107,000 customers out in Rhode Island, but as you mentioned, we have about 120,000 to 121,000 out at the peak from this storm. So the intensity of this storm, the speed with which it developed and passed through really didn't give us an opportunity to prepare. But we do have those 130 crews out on the street right now, and we do have another 50 crews that will be coming in this afternoon from Massachusetts to help in the cleanup here in Rhode Island.
All right, David, thanks so much for joining us. I know you're having a very busy day. David Graves from National Grid, and of course, he'll have an update for us, I'm sure, tonight on Eyewitness News beginning live at 5.